Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Class of Heroes. In the last episode, we started doing some of our quests, such as the beginner stuff, like the beginner combat, beginner thievery. In this episode, we're going to start beginner wizardry. Beginner wizardry curriculum, huh? This is a task from Mr. Docs. He's at the lab, so go there if you want the details. Mr. Dogs is kind of shady, though. Oh, I shouldn't speak like that about a teacher. Don't tell him I said that. Seriously, this girl has no fucking backbone. This is why I don't like her. She has no backbone. Anyway, good luck. Also, in the last episode, when we went to the principal's office, we met for technically the second time my favorite character. But this is basically teaching you about laboratory, but I'll get to that when we get to the basic wizardry. Hey there, welcome to my lab. Let's waste no time and start the beginner wizardry curriculum. In this class, you will come to understand the wonders of magic. So, let me tell you about it. There are 4 types of magic: offensive magic, healing magic, psionic, and summoning. A simple explanation of each would go like this. Offensive magic includes attacks of various elements. Healing magic includes spells that restore health or cure ailments. Psionic powers are support-focused, enabling things such as increasing accuracy for party members or escaping from combat. Summoning is exactly what you think it is. Magic focused on summoning monsters as allies. I have never used summoning, mainly because I never felt the need to. But if I remember correctly, the monster you summon gets its own health bar right next to the back row section. If I remember seeing it right online. I might end up going summoner route at some point just to try it out, but but like I said, I've never used it and I never thought it necessary. The wonderful world of magic. However, you should keep in mind that the spells you can learn differ depending on your course. Mages learn offensive spells, priests learn healing spells, psionics learn psionic abilities, summoners learn to summon. It seems simple, but there's depth to it. Bishops are also able to learn both offensive and healing spells. Alchemists and samurai can also use offensive spells, while monks, rangers, ninja, and kunoichi have psionic abilities. And lords and valkyries can learn healing spells. This bit is actually very useful because you might end up losing your main healer. But also take note that most healing spells for a priest don't include resurrection spells. There's a specific item for that, and we talked about it last episode. And that's basically how it is. Well, did you understand all that? Yes. Very well. If you can't learn this much, you aren't ready for what is to come. Anyway, do your best in your lessons. Also, I should probably go into a little bit of what alchemy is. See, you notice in the last episode when we did a bit of dungeon crawling, we got some materials. Well, if you go into the store, you can identify them for a cost. You're not going to be able to get everything, but you get a general gist. When it comes to alchemy, you take those parts and materials from your dungeon runs and you make them into items. This is kind of an alternative to just going into a shop. And there's also an off chance that you might get something that is arguably better in the dungeons than in the shops. But the chances of that happening are not really all that high. In fact, they're actually kind of low. There's also a chance that you might get something that has a kind of negative to it. How How do I explain that? Weapons can be upgraded. Pure and simple, but this also holds true for armor as well, and accessories, blah, blah, blah. Any weapon, armor, or accessory can be upgraded. Like, say, this sling, for example. You can upgrade that to get maybe a +1. That'll add a little bit of extra damage. It won't add anything to the range. In fact, the range is the only thing about weapons that are static. The tomahawk, despite its name and the fact that it should be a ranged weapon, is actually short range. You can do, at minimum, an addition about roughly 23 damage to a maximum of about 83 in a single strike. That times 2 is how many times you can potentially hit. The tomahawk is also a two-handed weapon, which if you played any other game that had a tomahawk in it, you know that this is entirely inaccurate. But at the same time, to be fair, you're playing as what is technically a high school student or a group of high school students. Maybe even middle school at worst. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, back to the library. Our next course is the Beginner Divine. The Beginner Divine curriculum. This is a task from Mr. Joru. You should be at the infirmary, so try going there. Mr. Joru is always drunk, but is so good at what he does. I heard from someone that he can instantly heal people even if they're on the brink of death. This is a bit of lore reason as to why he's capable of resurrecting people even from ashes. Though because of him, the infirmary stinks of booze, so I don't really want to go there. Also lending credence that it's not juice but still alcohol. Anyway, good luck and do your best. Now to the infirmary. We'll talk about this right in a little bit, because this is actually something that can be quite useful, especially if you have the spare cash. You're finally here! What? You're not liking the smell of the booze? Well, actually, yes. Ha! You're too young to get it, huh? Well, whatever. Anyway, we're doing the Beginner Divine curriculum. We'll start with the physical education. What's with those faces? Got a problem? Anyone dealing with healing has gotta know about the body. There are many races in this world, and they all got their quirks. First, the physical traits. The races smaller than humans are Kulas, fairies, and dwarves. Fairies are the smallest between these three. The Kulas, like I said in the first episode, are essentially your halflings. And dwarves are dwarves. They were always going to be short no matter what. I still don't like the fact that they made the dwarves furries. And they do the same thing in the sequel. Kulas basically look like human children. Dwarves are furry and kinda look like dogs. I still don't see the dog aspect of this, I just see the furry. I myself am a dwarf. Charming, aren't I? Not when you're holding a bottle of booze. Well, I was joking. Fairies are way smaller than Kulas or dwarves. Races with small bodies can't equip much gear, but fairies have the fewest equipables. This is another thing about equipment that I never touched on. Mostly because they were going to explain it in this curriculum. Races can also be limited to what they can equip based on their size and race. Also, there's a bit of a weird race, the gnomes. Gnomes are transparent spirits that usually just inhabit a puppet body. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the gnomes are essentially homunculi with souls. That's why if you take a close look at them, you'll realize that they're puppets. They're capable of movement, and I have yet to see any features on them that indicate that they would be a puppet. I'm still going with my homunculi bit. Anyway, like I said in my fairy explanation, body size affects available equipment. You should keep this in mind when building a party or buying gear. Also, there's a race close to humans but with different ears. The elves. Those would be the elves. Then there's the Celestia. They got wings on their backs and can even float. I also talked about this. Fairies also got wings, and gnomes can become spirits. Those can float too. Felpers are another race close to humans, but they got lots of hair. They don't have nearly as much as, say, a dwarf. Although they do agree, they do have some hair, some amount of hair. Oh, and while Bahamut got wings, they're degraded and can't be used for flight. But they do have another ability that's more active. They do have breasts, though. It can be used to attack even from the rear guard, so it's pretty useful. Diablos can also use breasts, though both of these races are a bit violent, so other races tend to hate them. Anyway, that more or less covers the body quirks. Let's talk about the ability differences. For example, differences in physical endurance or HP growth. Dwarves and Bahamut are buff and get more as they grow. This also means that they're going to get the higher amount of HP growth. I believe it's the Bahamut that get the most out of it. So if you're going to build an HP-based tank with ink, either go for a dwarf or definitely a Bahamut. In the sequel, there's, and I will touch upon this whenever I eventually get to the sequel, each class has each race has a specific class that they can use. Bahamut has one that essentially makes them the best tank overall. Humans, Felpers, and Diablos are also pretty good, but this growth isn't too good for Kulas, Elves, and Celestia. This essentially makes them really good for mages and thieves. Or in the case of Flare there, an archer. And it's even worse for gnomes and fairies. Evasion also differs depending on race. Evasion is a pretty important stat that represents the extent of your ability to evade attacks. Your physical defense and your evasion are tied to a shield icon on screen. You can buff your evasion and your defense and get that shield icon even higher. Notice how my Felper, Iroha, has 14 compared to everyone else. Well, I don't really think I have to explain it. You all know it, right? The base number for gnomes, dwarves, and Bahamut isn't good. But Diablos, Celestia, and humans are pretty average. Elves are a bit better, and Kulas and Felper are pretty good. Hence why their numbers are higher than everyone else's. When it comes to your warrior, be an HP tank, not a defense or evasion tank. But the ones with the highest evasion by far are the fairies. Basically, they cover for their low endurance with their natural agility. Again, your agility is tied to your evasion. It makes sense stat-wise. But I believe your vitality also ties to your HP growth as well. I'm not sure what the exact calculations for all this is, and I don't think I ever will know, because I don't think there's a single site that covers this. It's important to keep this kind of thing in mind when building your party. That's why you don't go into this game with only one race. Have a diverse team. I don't care. I care about class, I care about race, I don't care about alignment. And well, I guess that's it for today. Bring me something good when you come here next time. He actually does have a quest later on that requires you to bring 3 specific items, and I believe one of which can be found in one of the labyrinths. Now, as for the infirmary, you've got treatment, you've got outpatient, recall, and donate. Treatment is essentially your resurrection. Without the use of a resurrection item, you'd have to go to an infirmary, either in Particus Academy, or Ransley, or the other high school. But there's a chance that this stuff will fail. If you fail once on your resurrection, your character turns to ash. If you fail a second time, your character outright disappears. The only way there's really no way to mitigate this other than just creating a new character. In fact, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to station my party here and start creating a new set of characters as well. Let's go here and what do I want him as? Probably a lord. So now that I think about it, I actually don't think I have enough to make him a lord. So let's not do that. Let's see. I want him to be a physical. So probably just fighter. But you see what I mean when it comes to what they all mean and what even I mean when it comes to certain races and classes. Bahamut and dwarves make for the best fighters and potentially monks. They have the Bahamut have high strength and high vitality, low agility, really low wisdom and faith. They do not make for good mages or priests, or any magic user for that matter. You'd have to invest so much into that. Their luck is pretty mid. Their agility is low. So focus on giving them physical attributes in classes that reflect this. In this case, I'm gonna up the agility and the luck. Let's see, do about 20 there, 20 there, and 12 on the luck. And make him a fighter. And since I'm still going VTuber route, let's name him Gerard, because why not? Gerard is technically a dinosaur, and both dinosaurs and dragon types are reptilian in nature. It's just that one is more mythological. Plus, I kind of want to give Gerard a bit of leeway in terms of the community. If you know, you know. Next one. 10, 16, that might be good. No. I mean, maybe? Gulas, no. Fairy, Velper, no. Another Bahamut, no, definitely not. Diablos. Well, if I'm gonna have her in the back row, let's make her evil. And do I just make her a mage? That, so I could just distribute it this way and then make her a mage, because there's still the option to turn some of these characters into other courses later. I'm going with Mousy because it's better than trying to spell out Iron Mouse. It's just easier this way. Plus, it's kind of cuter. I don't care if it's the evil alignment again. But the race, not so much the gender. It's just the gender is more for appearance sake. The name is just the naming scheme. But the race and the class are the most prevalent. You always want to have a backup plan when it comes to forming your party, especially if you need to make an entirely new party. Will this make it a little bit more difficult to get everyone leveled up? Maybe. But that's just the way of things. Male or female? You know what? Why not? Another male. I think I have the name in mind for this one. I already have a close range person, so... Oop. Oh, I fucked that up. Male. Dwarf. Good. I lucked out on the bonus point bit. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's bring the agility there. Actually, hang on. Strength, 9 wisdom, 12 faith, 13 vitality, 10 agility, 9 luck. He should be able to... Because he was put on evil, that's why. Okay. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be too shy. It was going to be Heavenly Father, because why not? Heavenly Father is a bro, and anyone who's watched him should know that. And I fucked that up entirely. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm gonna have to redistribute, and I did get a little bit better on the stat bonus. I need to not press the circle button. I am just doing really bad on this. Ooh, could I? I don't think so. I don't think so. No. I'm 4 shy, so I'll still make the monk. Now let's see, that should be... That's 3. I kind of want something a little bit better than 16 this time around. 10. But you see how easily exploitable the bonus point thing on character creation is. You get a general rough idea. But I think for now the additional 3 will do. So let's go back to this, and let's go back to the library. Now that we've done the divine, let's do intermediate general. It's one of Miss Yuno's lessons. She's at the office right now, so go see her if you want the details. Miss Yuno doesn't really feel like a teacher, does she? To put it in a good way, she's like a friend. And to put it in a bad way, she doesn't seem like an adult. She's also indirectly tied to the main story. And again, she has no backbone. She's so friggin' scared of people. I swear. I don't like that. Not a good character. You know what she was called back when she was an adventurer? Evil's Child, or Yuno the Merciless. Well, yeah, she used to be an adventurer, and she probably was very merciless to the enemy. The monsters. You should remember that and try not to make her mad. Yeah, no, I can risk that. I'll risk that. Oh, you're here. Let's start your intermediate general curriculum lesson. Today, we'll learn about special items. Start by getting something called an ancient coin or magic coin. Ancient coins come in 3 types each: ancient bronze, ancient silver, and ancient gold, as well as magic bronze, magic silver, and magic gold. You need just one of any of these, so use your teamwork and find one for me. Now, go out there and get to it. This means we actually get to, in full, almost in full, explore the dungeons. And I kind of like that because I kind of like going through some of these. They're watching us closely. Okay, I never talked about this because we never got it. There are 3 selections for this kind of encounter. You can attack them, and you can potentially, and I do mean potentially, get a first strike. This, however, puts points into being evil. If you already have characters that are evil, that's fine. I'm not gonna fuss about it. If you have characters that are neutral, you're gonna lean them more towards evil. If you have characters that are good, they're gonna start leaning more towards evil, and it's gonna progress in that way. If you do watch, nothing changes. It stays in a neutral environment. There are no points in one way or the other. If you leave, however, you are giving your enemies mercy, and that will point characters towards going down the good route. If you want to make characters either good or evil, you can do either leave or attack. It's dependent on what you're looking for in a singular character, or even a couple of characters. For this, I'm going to attack because there's about 7 enemies here, and there's a chance that they could drop one of those items that Miss Yuno was asking for. And I get a first strike out of this. Nah. And she gets hit, of course. Scrap. Yeah. Utter scrap. Ooh, more coins. And even a golden dead. This is technically considered a coin item. Well, or rather a coin enemy, and can drop those coins. It's not a very high chance, but it still counts. And I'm lucking out. None of these are running away, because they can and will run away on you. Material, 2 gold, treasure chest, no trap, scrap. Okay. If you want to go through the trouble of completing your maps, you can do this one at a time. It's actually very time consuming. I'm trying to remember which. I want to say it was this one. Nope. But therein lies the usefulness of auto movement. Okay. It would really help me if I could get some more gold and get some ranged weaponry. And I think then this one, yes. Food. Now, if I had a bishop, I could identify that item right then and there. But I don't, so sad. Oh. I think. Okay. Ooh, I got a magic coin. Okay. Just. Okay, well, I didn't mean to. Okay. I'm gonna continue going through because this is also good experience. Ooh, that's not good. That is not good. Food, treasure chest, mortal strike. That's probably not what it is. Yeah, it was a stone. That's a lot of scrap. I'm just gonna take the opportunity to heal now. There we go. Oh, that brings me here? Okay, well, yeah. I kind of wanted to anyway. Let's see. Oop. You're gonna want to keep some of these. Notice for later, because this will come apart as your lesson for combat. Ooh. You know what? I'm just gonna use this magic orb. This is used for, like I said, getting items that were discarded in the labyrinths and going directly back to Partagas no matter where you are. So, let's see. Ooh. This is a, I'm gonna call it a Bane weapon, a Bane material. Since, if you look at the use effect, use in alchemy to give low-tier items anti-beast effects. There are many like them, and I mean that sincerely. There's our magic coin right there. But You can only do it once per weapon. You could potentially give a weapon both a Bane and an Element, which would probably be really good, but it's never really been prevalent, at least for my own playthroughs. And there's our magic bronze coin. So let's go back to the office and report to our teacher. Oh, you found a magic coin? Sorry to say this, but you can't buy anything with them. They may be coins, but they're not money. Though they're not synthesis items either, nor are they equipment you can use. However, they are pretty rare, and the school store will buy them as a special item. Ancient coins and magic coins are just a few of these kinds of items. If you get any, it's best to just sell them. Though keep in mind that their prices change depending on where you're selling them. Keep this in mind. Some will sell more in other locations and others will sell for less. If you want good early game stuff and you get a bunch of these, identify each and every one of them and sell them all. You will get a lot of cash early on. I think in my own playthrough I've got about 20,000 gold so far. It's really good. If you want to make the most money, you should look at the market prices everywhere and sell wherever pays the most. Alright, that ends the intermediate class. And we are full on our thing, our gauge. So, with that in mind, how long do I have? Oh, I've still got plenty of time. Sweet. Let's do our intermediate combat. As always, she's in the principal's office, so see her for the details. I wonder if you'll actually fight now. Try not to get hurt. I think that's the only time she'll ever actually say anything like that. But still, it doesn't change the fact that I don't like her. She's got no backbone. I see that everyone's here. Let's start the intermediate combat curriculum then. Today you will learn how to fight. The class will take place on the Middle Novice Road at X19, Y19. She's giving you those coordinates because by this point in time you should already have enough money to buy a few maps. There are things you won't understand if you don't see any combat. Experience speaks louder than knowledge. Now please go to the Middle Novice Road. I hate being so stuffed up. It's causing my sinuses and my gag reflex to go haywire. Sorry. Oh, okay, so if I had a float spell, I could probably just breeze through this. But since I don't, I'm gonna take my time and explore. Woo! Hi, guys. I like seeing some of you guys. 3 material, 3 gold, and there's our our second level up for our characters. Altair gained wisdom, faith, agility, and learned new magic. And his HP went up by 5. Yina levels up, gained strength, wisdom, vitality, agility, and luck. Gained just about everything except for faith, I believe. And HP went up by 14. A bomb. Nope, it's a stone trap. Flare, you're not doing so hot. I think you're 0 for 3. Now, as for Altair, he's got fire, he's got doze, which is sleep magic, slow. If you know anything about Final Fantasy and have seen this spell, you already know what it does. In the case of Class of Heroes, this reduces the enemy's evasion. If you have an enemy that has really high, that you keep missing a lot, probably because you have like next to no accuracy, or they have really high evasion, use this. And Mapor, which displays the labyrinth map. God, I'm really not doing so hot, but I want to get this done. As for Ina, she's got heal, She's got Wake, which wakes up an ally, Accelerate, which increases the invasion, and Lumi, which lights up the labyrinth. If you feel like you aren't doing so well on Brightness, which you shouldn't, you can use that spell. Ooh, and a first strike. Nice. And no trap, so let's just open it up. Clothes. That can be potentially really good depending on what it is. Because that could be just about any piece of clothing. Mainly body armor. Okay. If it feels like it's too good to be true to have something in this kind of floor, it probably is. Note. There's 2 of them here in really weird spots. Unless you have the float spell, I wouldn't touch those. Same with this right here. Why would they have that? Because it's a trap. There we go. Yeah, like I thought. Monster presence grew. Meaning your chances of encountering monsters is higher in this kind of section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show off the party skill. You've got 6 that you can do at 100% and with all 6 party members. You can do the Blazing Fist, you can do the Focus Fire, the First Strike, the Great Escape, the Impenetrable Wall, and the Amplification Circle. I'm going to recommend right out the gate just doing Blazing Fist because this pierces enemy defenses and negates evasion. It is the best one that you can do. In fact, I'm gonna do it twice, because it's not all that difficult to get this stuff back. And the infinity increased. So, there's that. Alright, Kanata leveled up and gained Faith, Agility, and Luck. And their HP went out by 14. And Iroha leveled up. Thank God, she got really down to 1 HP in a dream. Gained Strength, Wisdom, Faith, Vitality, and Luck. And HP went up by 13. And Flare rounds everyone out with a level up and gained Strength, Faith, Agility, and Luck with an 11 HP gain. But you can see what they mean by different races getting different levels of HP gain. Yeah. Again, this is why dwarves and Bahamut are the best for tanking. If I could get more of those guys, that would be awesome. I mean, granted, they're not great for experience, but I would much rather get some gold so I can get more equipment for my party members. Oh, that's not good. Okay. You've seen it at least 3 times now, that the enemies can temporarily daze your party members. This means that they will not be able to attack or defend or anything for 1 turn. It's like getting, it's like playing Uno and getting that blasted skip card. Angels? No, there's no way. Yeah, it's stone. It's flat out stone. Yeah, I kind of figured. He's not a thief. He doesn't have a really high, okay. He doesn't have a high ability of disarming traps. In fact, the only classes that have the ability to disarm traps successfully are Rangers, Thieves, and Ninja and Kunoichi. It's also part of the reason why I wanted one of those two classes. Well, we lost Kanata. Temporarily. That's not good. That is really not good. I kinda need all of my party members for this. I also know that I'm getting into a lot of fights, but at the same time, I still need the experience anyway. Poison Dart? Possibly. And of course she does, and I have no antidote. Oh, and no healing, so... yeah, no. Sorry. Flare. Yeah, that's 2 party members gone. Nope. Not happening. Leaving. I've already lost 2 party members to this nonsense. But I might as well show off the treatment and outpatient stuff. So, treatment. It's going to cost a specific amount of gold. The higher the level, the more expensive it's going to get. As you can plainly see, since it's 20 gold for being level 2, you've got a pretty high chance of getting back. But if I can show it off, never mind. Thanks, game. But also, when you get them back, they're going to be out of party formation. So, yeah, you have to do that, and it's part of the other reason why I don't like this. Anyway. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to. Anyway. Let's heal everyone. And just do the cheapo way. Because why not? That was not a good first real foray into the dungeons. This is also another reason why I need to... I should change that dagger over to someone else. Because there is still dual wielding, it's just limited. Give to Kanata. Because for right now, that's gonna be what she's going to have. And at the very least, you're guaranteed to get 2 hits in. Let's see. Sell the magic bronze coin, because that's extra money in your pocket. Some of these items, man. Let's see. Never mind, I should have given it to Iroha. Because that rapier is going on to Kanata. Yeah. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Equip. And... you know what? Actually, let's still give one of them to Iroha. So she can dual wield and do a bit more damage. Granted, it's going to be sub, but you can see why I'm trying to get better equipment so they can do more damage. But I also still need ranged weaponry, but there's not a whole lot you can do in the campus store without being able to go into alchemy. In fact, you can make a sling if you had a broken sling and some wood junk, or a power sling, which requires large tree resin and blocks of wood. There's also the upgrading and the dismantling. The upgrading does what I mentioned. It brings weapons and armor to a +1 and up. Dismantling gives you the materials that made originally the weapon that you were going to either use or not use. So we've got a few torn things for like a base equipment, but not a whole lot of stuff. In fact, I still need to identify that set of clothing. So I'm gonna do that now. It is an Institute Top 1. I believe that is a -1, meaning that doesn't do jack all. That sucks. And it sells for less. Well, I'm not going to have enough time to get the lesson complete because you still got to be able to go through all of at least one floor of the labyrinth to get to the middle. So I'm going to end it off here. Next time on Class of Heroes, wow, my mind blanked on that. We are going to complete this quest and learn some things about combat, and also we're going to learn about thievery next time. So until then, this is Shadow Zotai signing off, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.